It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another one. In this one, we're going to be taking a look at a new trailer that they released for the second half of Season 6 of Fear the Walking Dead. Of course, we are in a hiatus now for Fear the Walking Dead, and they have said that the second half of Fear will actually come out in Q2 of 2021. So that's a long time from now, but they did release a trailer for this second half, which actually surprised me. I didn't think they would actually have a trailer because it's so far out, but they do have a trailer. And there's some things in here that are interesting, some things that are very confusing. Like, I'm not even kidding. There are parts of this trailer that I'm just like, are they seriously doing what I think they're doing? And not in a good way. So let's jump right into it. So the first shot is this shot of Alicia. She lights the match, and then we have this shot of what seems to be, again, Alicia and some flames in front of her. So she burns something. And then we have this shot of Morgan, John, and Dakota. They're burying someone or something. Now, obviously, this does reveal to us that John reunites with everyone else, so that's interesting. But in the voiceover, we have a new character saying like a dialogue. We will see that character at the end of the trailer. He's a new character, but he says death, destruction, decay. It's inevitable, but from this death comes new life. Whatever that means. Obviously, this guy, much like some of the other villains we've seen, may have like a monologue when he shows up, so that's going to be interesting. But then we get this shot of John again, putting dirt in the same grave. And then we have this shot of Morgan, and then this shot of John. And then we have this shot of June. Then we have this shot of a walker. It looks like they're being put in a grave or something. And then we have this shot, which got me really disappointed. This is a ripoff from the Season 6 finale of The Walking Dead when Negan showed up. Like, they are on their knees, just like the survivors were at the end of Season 6, Episode 16. And it looks like a villainous type of character is going to punish one of them. So, this is a ripoff from the original Walking Dead show. So, not thrilled. Let's just say that. But we obviously have Danny Salazar, Lucy, Sarah, and Grace there. And of course, we have Virginia's Rangers in the back. They have their guns pointed at all of the survivors' heads. And I think that's Victor Strand who's walking in front of them. I could be wrong about that. I hope I'm wrong about that. I hope they don't have Victor Strand killing one of the survivors, because then at that point, the writers would be losing it, I think. They're still losing it putting something like this, for one, in a trailer, and the other part of it is having a scene that's very close to the events of 616. I think that's a fine line to cross. And then we have this shot from the same scene. Of course, we have Grace here. This shot of Morgan and Alicia with others in the background. I think this is the same exact area where Morgan found, where they were quote unquote safe. And then we have this shot of Virginia with her gun pointed at Danny Salazar's head. This is from the exact same scene that we saw earlier where everyone was on their knees. So that's interesting. And then this shot, so he's definitely injured, but obviously there's a chance that one of the survivors we saw could die. I could definitely see this turning into who's gonna get Lucille in Fear the Walking Dead. I hope we don't get to something like that. I hope fans don't fall into that bait that the showrunners are trying to get us to, because I think it's ridiculous. I'm not gonna go on a tangent and start ranting here, but I'm very disappointed. Then we get this shot of Alicia, Luciana, and I think Wes in the background. And I think that's Al in the background as well. I think what they're looking at is the scene that we're going to look at next, which is this one of these walkers with their lips sealed. Not sure who did this. Maybe the same people that did the spray painted messages that said the end is the beginning. Then we get this shot of the masked group that we saw earlier this season. We got this shot of, I think, Morgan and Victor Strand fighting, which is interesting. And then this shot of, I think, Victor Strand pulling Morgan with the rope. This is very interesting. Victor Strand is definitely on my shit list. This could be someone else, but looks like it's Victor Strand, but I could be wrong about that. But obviously this is a direct callback to what Morgan did earlier in the season in that Dwight and Cherry episode. So that's interesting. And then we have this shot of Virginia and her people. And then there's an explosion in the background. And then we have this shot of Dakota in a car. Her car is surrounded by walkers. And then this shot of John and Morgan killing some walkers. I think This connects to the previous shot. I think Dakota's inside the truck driving. Then this shot of walkers falling. And then we have this shot of a walker with vegetation grown around it. And there's like a tree trunk in the back that it's attached to. So that's interesting. And then we have this shot of John shooting someone in the head here. And then we have this shot which connects to the dialogue that's in this trailer. The same exact character that was saying the dialogue that I mentioned says, "You are Alicia." And then obviously it's Alicia looking at him. Then this is the character right here. He says, "I've been looking for someone like you for a long time." And then we have this shot of Alicia looking at him, and that's where it ends. Not sure who this new character is. Honestly, I don't really care because this trailer disappointed me just from that scene alone that I mentioned. So I kind of stopped caring about what was in the rest of the trailer after that. But with all of that said, I hope you enjoyed this breakdown. If you did, make sure to share and smash the like button. It helps a ton because it helps the YouTube algorithm push this video up so that it's seen by more people. Also, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe to join our community and press the bell to be notified about daily uploads. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.